time for our first set of notes on here. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at ratios. So we did talk a little bit about ratios before when we talked about making French toast, right? We said that if we had 1 cup of milk for every 2 cups of eggs, if we had to make more, we would just multiply both sides by that number. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into ratios now. Okay, so a ratio is a comparison of two values. Okay, so you should have these pages of notes already in your notebook. A ratio is a comparison of two values, and we can write these ratios in a couple different ways. The most common ways are first with a little colon here, A to B, so the ratio of A to B, 1 cup of milk to 2 eggs. Okay, we can also just say A and the word to B. Okay, and the last way, we can also write this as a fraction ratio of A to B here. And this is going to be the most common way that we're going to write this in classes as a fraction, because we have spent a lot of times working with fractions already. And like it says here, just like fractions, ratio should always be written in simplest form. So here it looks like we have some problems with words. Okay, so we're going to use these little phrases to write our ratios, and we're going to write them as fractions. And if we have a fraction that can be simplified, we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so 8 DVDs to 2 books. Okay, so what this is going to look like is we're going to just put 8 in a fraction over 2. Okay, and we can simplify this. We can divide the top and the bottom by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 2 divided by 2 is 1, right? 4 over 1. Actually, let's leave it that way, 4 over 1. Okay, so that's one way to write it. We can also say 4 to 1 with the word 1, and then also, this is a 1, that's weird, and also 4 to 1 that way. Okay, so in these fractions, right, we're just going to simplify it here. Oh, and I actually didn't even see this here. This says write each ratio in simplest form in 2 different ways. Okay, so we'll definitely use the fraction because that's what we're going to be doing most often in class, but also let's look at either this way with that colon there or with the word 2. All right, so 15 girls to 24 boys. Just say 15 to 24. See if we can simplify this. Let's divide top and bottom by the same number. And I'm going to say, let's do 3 here. 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So our ratio here, there's 15 girls and 24 boys, but our ratio in simplest forms is 5 to 8. So we can say 5 to 8 this way, and also 5 to 8. All right, let's do one more together, and then I'll let you do the rest of these on your own. Let's see. I mean, these are all pretty much the same. There's nothing fancy going on. I'll just pick number 5 here. 36 bananas, 27 apples. Let's simplify this. We'll divide by 9 on both the top and the bottom. This is 4 over 3 there. So our ratio is 4 to 3. We can write it 4 to 3 or 4 ratio 3. Good. So I'll let you do 4, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 on your own. Let's take a look at this one, number 9. This past season, the hockey team had 48 wins and 28 losses. Find each ratio in simplest form. All right, so let's just toss this into that fraction there. We have 48. Am I ready? Oh, I lost my pencil here. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. What did I say? We're just going to do 48 wins, 28 losses. Can we simplify this? Yes, of course. We have an even number in the 1 digit, so we can definitely do by 2, and let's see where we get. 48 divided by 2 is 24, and 28 divided by 2 is 14. Okay, and then we see this this ratio 24 to 14 can still be divided or simplified further. We'll divide by 2 again. That will give us 12 over 7. So our ratio here is going to be 12 to 7 wins to losses here. Okay, and it doesn't ask us to give, it just says the ratio in simplest form. It doesn't really give it directions for us to write it any other way, so we can just leave it like that. Um, Total losses to, or losses to total games played. This is a great question here, right? Because the information in the problem, it just tells us we had 48 wins and 28 losses. So what are the total number of games played, right? Losses would be 28, but what's going to go on the bottom here, right? We need to figure out how many games they played total. And so we'll just add up the total wins and losses. 48 plus 28, add those together. 12, 13. Wait, what am I doing? I'm multiplying. I don't need to be doing that. Well, 40 and 20 is 16. 8 and 8 is 16. So 76. Okay, let's simplify this. I don't really know off the top of my head what 76 is divisible by, but I know that it does end with an even digit, so we can definitely divide by 2. Okay, so let's do 14 and 35, 38. Okay, we can divide by 2 again to 7 and 19. Let's call that good there. There's our answer. Okay, given the word Massachusetts, find each ratio in simplest form. This is a really fun one. Okay, so vowels to consonants. Let's review what a vowel is. Vowel is the letters A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, and consonants are everything else. Okay, so I'm just going to go, let's see, I'll do it with my little highlighter here. I'm just going to kind of highlight over the vowels here. We have an A. That's really big. Let me do this one. We have an A here, A, and an E. Oh, and the U. That's all I see. So our vowels will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Consonants will be everything else, but let's just highlight those and see what we have here. So this is a consonant, this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, consonants 9. 4 to 9. Can we simplify this? And we ask ourselves, can we divide both the top and bottom by the same number? And the answer is no. They do not have any common factors, so that's going to be it. Okay, this one here, S is to total letters. So count up the S's, that's going to go on the top, and then count out how many letters there are total, and that's going to go in the bottom. Okay, so that's how you're going to finish that one. I think I'm just going to make the second page another video. So as soon as you're done with this, I want you to go back and finish all the rest of these problems here, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and then the other half of 10. And then you can start on the other video I'm going to post.